Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. My name is William Michael Forbes. I'm a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive life coach. And I was guided to do this series of morning messages for 15 to 20 minutes for a 3-week period. And we're into day 3 on being freedom begins in the present moment. Yesterday was about we always have enough time to do what we need to do. And we're just going to wait a couple minutes for people to come on, and then we'll launch into this and find out who's with us today. This is very exciting. I never know what to expect when these things happen. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But this morning it's kind of up in the air because I felt Master Jesus coming in early this morning during my meditation, and he mentioned it's important to be in the eternal present, and it truly is. It truly is. Hi, who we got here? Hi, Sophie. Wonderful. I am excited about today about freedom begins in the present moment. So we're going to get into that shortly. But I want to say the response to this, these messages has just been overwhelming. And I cannot say how grateful I am to know that this work is being received, being felt, understood, and applied. Some of you have been telling me about just how amazing it has been to take some of the ideas that have been presented and to use them in your life and actually feel the changes happening. And it really is so simply true that these things will unfold for us naturally and easily. And if you're just joining us, it's going to be kind of interesting today because being in the present moment literally brings us to an energy of freedom. And it's the freedom isn't something you get in the world. This is thank you. This is Jesus saying, freedom is not something you get in the world. It is something that you are in your being. If you understood your relationship to the source that is giving you life right now, you would have nothing but gratitude and joy to be expressing into this world. But many of you have been led to believe that your joy and your fulfillment will come from the world and what you will get from this earth and what you will get from others. This is not the case at all. Your joy and your freedom will come from being in the present moment in harmony with that source that beats your heart and digests your food and circulates your blood and gives you the freedom to be in this world however you may wish to. One of the most important things about being in the present moment is that in the present moment you have infinite patience. He says you have infinite patience when you can truly move your awareness into this present moment. A lot of us are caught up in I'm laughing because the way he feels energy towards me sometimes it's like this joy that comes from over and overwhelms me. But the position of getting to being in the present moment means you can remove yourself from the attachment you have to this world to begin to reconnect to that he's saying that superior power within you to create. Your life begins within you. It does not begin in this world. It begins within you. And your ability to begin to connect to that which is within you will allow you to find the thoughts and ideas that are inspired for you to live your life by. There are many things in this world that will diminish your joy and your happiness. Just look around you. There is so much pain and suffering being focused upon, even though it is unnecessary. You have all this technology with which to connect to each other through love and grace, and yet much of it is used to espouse ideas of suffering and harm and catastrophe. This is not what the original plan is. The original plan is to extend the love that is your being to the world, not to try and get the love that you need from the world. You are the love that you need, as is the source that beats your heart within you that you may tap into. I find this really interesting, but like I said, the energy is really, really unusual because there are other beings here too that I'm feeling as well. Um, we'll see what's going on. Let's see who's here. Hi, Vanessa. Hi, Betsy. Hi, Sophia. Wow. Yes, he says yes in one moment. We will get to that. He says the important thing is to first center yourself. He says, I know you delight in connecting to me, but it is important to delight in connecting to that source of life within you. Some may call the Father. There are many names that humans have given it, but you must connect to that within yourself. We can delight in sharing our being with each other, but it is important to pause and really feel beyond the thoughts and feel beyond this world, that which is within you. It's funny because they always come back to the breath. He's saying the breath, if you want to bring yourself closer to your Father, he says, then you want to breathe, use your breath and go inward. And I can say from personal experience that when you do this, when you use your breath and you go within and you get your body very still and very quiet and very still and very quiet, and then get your mind very still and very quiet. And for some of you, that might be very difficult in the beginning. I know for me, it took me a number of years to get my mind under control again, because it was taught to be out of control throughout my childhood and my early teen years, my early adult years. And I had to retrain my mind to begin to listen to me. And most people don't realize that the thoughts in their mind, most of which aren't even yours, most of them were given you by the world. And when you begin to step back, from the thoughts in your mind, relax the body, be present. He's saying, you will know me and many others, and you will know your father and your mother. But you cannot do this if you are looking away from your house. What do you mean by looking away from the house? He means if you're distracted with things out there, with the world, if we're caught up in that TV show and what so-and-so is doing and what we're leaving our house. He's calling this the house. Our physical body is our home, our divine temple. He says you want to go into your house and meet your family within. There are many of us that are here to be with you. It is important you understand how to come away from this world. Okay, I'm understanding again, coming away from the world for me means to meditate, to actually stop, go inside, breathe, quiet my mind, quiet my body. And there'll be times where you're going to have to work really hard to get your mind to be quiet, to not be distracted, because your mind and your body literally have a life of their own until you teach them that they are your servants and not your masters. And most people believe that their body is who they are, or that the thoughts in their mind are who they are. And nothing could be further from the truth. The body is just an instrument that you use. The thoughts in your mind is just a collection of information imparted into you through the 5 physical senses from the time you were born to the present moment. And your ability to rise above subjectivity to the information that's been put in your mind is really a powerful step in the liberation of your soul, to begin to rediscover yourself, to begin to find out who and what you really are, what you really came here to do, what you're passionate about, what you're excited about, to really go inside and connect to that. Okay, so he wants me to go back and take a few questions. Woo. Where are we here? Hi, Betsy. Hi, Kira. Hi, Renati. Sophie, there you are. He's putting his hands over his heart, and he says he's also putting his hands over your heart. He's saying, remember to go first to your heart, not to the world. Make this a daily practice to go to your heart. Feel the rhythm of the giver of your life. Feel its unconditional love through this rhythm. Feel the whisperings and glad tidings of being in relationship with this source. Okay, can I paraphrase that? Yeah. Okay. So the other thing you do literally is when you're feeling that heartbeat, make sure you breathe and keep your mind from pulling your attention away from here. Because literally there's an electrical charge going off in our hearts all the time that makes it beat, right? And when you can get in touch with that charge, because the charge is causing the effect that we call our heartbeat. And if you can go behind the heartbeat into that electrical impulse, that energy that's literally coming into the body to keep it animated, you're going to discover that there's a strong relationship between you and the very creator that made you. Yes, Jesus is saying, you will know the meaning of the term, I and my Father are one. You will know this to be true, not just for me, but for all who reconnect with their creator. One of the things I like to do is I'll paraphrase and I'll ask questions too, because I'm not always clear on what they say sometimes. Hi, Renati. Wow. That's okay, Renati. We're just really getting into it right now. And again, there's always the replay. Good morning, Drusilla. Hi, Adam. Can I ask Archangel Michael, who was that? Which deity was that dark, shadowy being that I saw this morning? Wow, Adam, it's getting really, Michael's coming in right now, really strong. He's saying there are many of you that are seeing us now. There are many of you that are seeing us. Unfortunately, he's saying many of you are misinterpreting our essence as it appears to your senses based on what you have been taught to believe. Many of you move to fear and panic and then cut yourself off from recognizing you have recognized us. It is I who came to you. And it is important you do not judge by what you remember, but judge by what you know in the moment. Feel the vibration of our essence when we are present with you. There are many millions of you who will begin to see and feel our presence. But you must overcome the interpretations, the ideations that have been given unto you for many decades now, to fear what you do not understand, to expect some catastrophe or some terrible thing is going to happen. And that fear that has been instilled in you by those few that would control you, inhibit you from allowing us to communicate with some of you. So please, fear not. You will experience this again if you open up to the feeling that presents itself to you from us, and not your memory of what you think the meaning of that event might be. This is very important. So this is very important for you, Adam. To not get caught up in trying to think about what that is, but to feel the energetic connection that they're communicating to you. They're going to start appearing physically soon. Like this is understand. I'll use my smoothie. Oh no, better use my water. This glass of water, I can put it in a pot. It's physical water, and I can put it in a pot, boil it away. It dissolves away. We don't see it anymore, right? Master Jesus ascended. Elijah ascended. Moses ascended. Buddha ascended. Many ascended. They were able to alter the frequency of their physical structure and raise it up. But they can also lower the frequency of the structure and bring it down, just the same way as you can take the water that's in the air, and with a vibration that's cooler than the air around it, you can cause a condition called condensation that lowers the frequency of the water molecules down, and suddenly it becomes liquid water again. And these are all of our guides and angels and ascended masters are going to become apparent to our senses. But what's really challenging for a lot of people is they've been fed information, ideas through movies and television that imply that there's some scary and terrible things about that which you do not understand. When your vibration is sound and correct, when your frequency is high, when your energy is good, you'll only tune into energies at that level. You can't listen to station 107 and expect to hear station 104. So keep your vibration high. Thank you. He's saying keep your vibration high. Keep it very high. Do as much as you can to raise the vibration of your temple up. I drink tons of water every day. I probably drink maybe 2 gallons a day. Um, it's important, and I make sure I have lots of nutrition going on. Live, living, freshly made foods are very important, and they don't have to be organic as long as it's fresh. You'll raise your vibration up. Go out and ground, connect to the earth. I go out every single day. I connect to the earth. I find a place where I can put my feet on the earth and be in nature and hear the birds and feel that reset that nature spontaneously gives our physical body. So make sure you do that, Adam. Great question, and a great revelation for me too. Hi, Betsy. Wow. Wow. It's interesting. He's just saying, Betsy, he's just saying his heart is always open to all of you, and know that the love you have for me is the love that in equal measure you will receive from me that I receive from you. I'm not sure what that actually means, but it sounds really cool. Patricia, I wish people would not ask personal questions and stay on the topic. Thank you very much. It's so important. Patricia, thank you for that. Because today really is about your freedom only begins in the present moment. And there are so many of us waking up right now. There are billions of beings on this planet awakening to this, knowing, we all know there's something more to life than what we see with our eyes and hear with our ears. We all know this, right? But we're so caught up in, what have I got to do tomorrow? What's coming next? Oh, what about yesterday? Oh, do you remember so-and-so? We're so caught up in a past present or a future past or a future present based on a past present. And very, very few of us are able to disentangle ourselves from the network of information downloaded into our minds from this physical dimension. Learning to be in the present moment is so, so important. Just your breath, to be present with your breath, the delicious gift of breath that you can assert over this body, to be consciously and deliberately present with a quiet mind, that you can actually make your thoughts quiet. There's a simple technique that I was taught many years ago. Just put your fingers to your lips. If your mind is going blah, 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 just go it's really funny. These guides and angels have been with you all your life. They've been with me all my life. And when you begin to actually open up and feel their presence and connect with them, you'll look back on your life as I have and go, my God, I thought that was, I thought that was me being smart. That was actually them putting words and ideas in my mouth for me to speak to that person, that event, that circumstance. Your guides are with you, but to hear, you have to be able to listen. To be able to listen, you have to have your mind quiet. They stress this. One of the reasons they have us do the courses we do is to teach this thing to be quiet so that you can actually hear. You cannot hear if there's no silence. And most people's minds are going, blah, 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 even when they try to go sleep at night. Blah, blah, blah. I cannot tell you how often we get that complaint. We get that complaint quite often. Blah, 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 blah. Or there. Still quiet. Learn to bring yourself here and now. And they emphasize that it's actually uncomfortable for the body and mind to be governed by you when it's used to running on its own for so long. The story that Master Jesus tells literally about how the servants have taken over the house, right? The servants have taken over. This is the servant. The body is a servant. The mind is a servant, and they've taken over who you are. You are the divine temple of the living God. You, the soul, the one that is listening to me, the awareness that is you. The awareness that is you is the divine temple. And the servants have taken that temple over. They make you run here. They make you fear this thing or that thing. Turn your TVs off. Turn away from any shows that instill or amplify or create fear or mistrust or doubt. We are a human family. And we are created by the same source. And there is no benefit to humanity as a whole to be divided in any way. But there is a benefit to some for humanity to be divided in certain ways. But that division is coming to an end now. That division is coming to an end. They're not going to allow the ignorance to be perpetuated. Turn your TVs off. Don't let your mind go to anything destructive or harmful or fearful. And it's so easy to do that. Just turn on any news station. They're all saying the same thing over and over again: be afraid, be uncertain, and you must surrender that. And Master Jesus just piped in and said, "This is what I mean when I say turn the other cheek. When there are those things coming at you, information that is not true, that does not support the love, the light, and the beauty of your Creator, the beauty of your own expression, you must turn away from it." Yeah, and that's often in our own minds and own hearts too, the stuff that's already put in there from our upbringings. Very good. Questions on the present moment. I always feel, Vanessa is saying, I always feel like there's not enough time in a day. Why is that? Because your past is interfering with your present based on a possible future. Another way to put that is, based on your past, your mind believes that a certain reality is going to come from your future. And so you are hurrying to get to that is supposed to be in the future. So you don't think you have enough time, but there is always enough time. It's a real challenge. This has been one of my biggest challenges in the last year, when they started giving me a list of things that I needed to do to realign myself completely to source. One of the things they said, whenever you sense any degree of hurry, slow down. Deliberately slow down your body, slow down your thoughts. And as you continue to do that, your body and mind will begin to fall into alignment with being in the present moment. And they said, and I asked them, I said, well, what if I have to be somewhere really quickly? If you are in the present moment, it is in that place where the kingdom of God exists, where all you need is provided for. And in the state of being in the present moment, everything will unfold in order to fulfill that which needs to be fulfilled. And if you are fearless in being in the present moment, then you will have no fear. And all that you need and want and require will unfold for you from the moment, from the present moment, the place of fearlessness, which is a place of love. Fearlessness is love. Fearlessness is love. And most people are living in fear. Let's see if we can get a couple more questions in before we finish up today. Drusilla, thank you so much for that donation. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, if anybody wants to support this work, to the left of the comment box is a little dollar sign. You can click on that, and you can offer a $5 donation or any donation of any kind to this work. It'd be really appreciated. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Drusilla. Yes. I want to read this statement because I having put that on the screen, Bezalel, it's profound, because he's sending all kinds of energy. Jesus said, I did not give you the spirit of fear, but of sound mind, love, and peace. And that is the absolute truth. Bezalel, I hope you're feeling what he's transmitting to you right now, for recognizing that. When he says, when one recognizes the truth and feels it, I am present with them. Wow. When one recognizes the truth and feels it, I am present with them. Wow. Woo, goosebumps, arms, hair standing on end. Patricia's, so fear is the biggest emotion to release through the breath. If there's one, is there one? So fear is the biggest emotion to release through the breath. If there's one I think it should be, is there one we should concentrate on? Actually, what they taught me to do, and like I said, Master Jesus is like, these beings live in the present. They don't have fear about what's going to happen tomorrow, because they know the quality of what they're feeling in the present moment is organizing their experiences. It tells the spirit, it asks the Creator. Master Jesus said, it commands my spirit to go forth and do these things before I even arrive there. I like that. When you are able to establish silence and quiet and calm in your body and mind, then you can begin to move into the creative process. Once you've learned to train your mind and body to be quiet, you can then begin to move into the creative process, which is then asking and receiving. Okay. And asking and receiving is understanding how to feel what it is you wish God's will to be doing for you. To feel it, to feel the joy, to feel the excitement, to feel the playfulness, to be openly expectant of that energetically that you would like to receive, to actually feel it like it is right now, and to allow that feeling to go into your body and into the world. You'll radiate it out in the world and it will show up. Energy, emotion organizes matter. Remember that. Emotion organizes matter. All emotion on this planet. There's no human being that can escape this truth. Emotion organizes matter. There's nobody on this planet that they don't, if they don't go into it, if they're in a positive state or a negative state, their body shows it. It reveals it. There's always a reaction. And even if a person can hide the reaction, there's something that will be able to be measurable, which lie detectors are all about that, right? Lie detectors are about putting a thing on and reading the certain changes in the energy of the body based on certain qualities of emotion that unfold when an individual is asked questions. So remember that. Emotion organizes matter. It organizes your body. What you think about your body organizes the molecules in your body. What you feel about your world organizes the molecules of your world. It is very important to understand this. um, um, Hi, Louise. Hi, Louise. Right for me, breathing deep is somewhat heavier because of the virus I contracted. Do you? Yes, Louise. Very important. He's saying right now it is important to remember the joy of life, to remember the feeling of the joy of life when you breathe. Remember the feeling of the joy of life. He's really like putting this out to you, Louise. Remember to feel the feeling of the joy of life as you are breathing. Let that life restore you, and it will. But you must feel it first in order to receive it in your body. And as a living soul, each of us has the ability to access specific feelings and bring them down into matter. You are not you are living through a physical body, but you are not a physical construct. You are a being of energy and consciousness. And you can bring different frequencies in through your senses, and you can also bring them in to liberate through your awareness. So call in a feeling of absolute excitement and enthusiasm. Call in a feeling of vitality and health. Bring it down to the body. Bring it right down, right? And let the cells of your body feel it, because they will. Thank you, Master Jesus. Appreciate that. Hi, Giovanna. Love to you. Vanessa, do we have the freedom to transform our reality to exactly what we want? He's laughing. He says, you will transform. You do not know what you want yet because you are so used to and attached to getting what you do not want quite often. To understand what you truly want, you must liberate yourself from this thing called your mind, from the illusion that you've been given to believe is who you are. You do not know who you are yet. So how can you know what you want? When you know who you are, you will know what you want. And at that stage, yes, you may create anything you desire, but you will often find that what you desire in your mind's eye and what you desire in your heart are often very different. And it is preferable that you find that which is true to your heart, not true to your head. This is how so many have been lost. They get stuck in here and they suffer. Yes, thank you. Yes, that's very good, Patricia. Thank you. Uh, Vanessa's asking, can I expand time to study everything I need? Yes. This isn't actually. This is Metatron coming in for you, Vanessa. He's saying time is very subjective to your physical form. When you understand the nature of your being, when you are able to access and become the being that is you, and know that you are this being, time will be organized that you may fulfill all you require to fulfill while you choose to be in this physical dimension. But it requires that you be able to differentiate yourself from the physical body and the information that has been put into it by the environment, When you know yourself, you will be free, and time will be your servant, not your master. Thank you, Metatron. Love that. That was a surprise. Wow. You're welcome, Sin. You're welcome. I think we're just about done now. 10:30. I've actually run over. See Drusilla's question above. Let's see. Go back. I'm looking above. Oh, is it true that we need to know the evil plan and then integrate that shadow by proclaiming sovereignty and sending love to the dark? Master Jesus is saying to Drusilla, you do not need to fight or change the dark, for your light will dispel all darkness. Be that which you truly are in your essence, the way your Creator made you, and there will be no darkness before you, for the light will allow no shadow to penetrate it. Wow. Thank you, Drusilla. That's beautiful. Wow, we're done for today, guys. I want to say, Vanessa, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. So kind. Much love to everybody. Like this is amazing. I have no idea what to expect tomorrow. They just said, just let us come in the way we come in. Let things unfold as they unfold. But we will be following a general theme of, yes, they're saying the ultimate goal of this series is to get as many of you possible disconnected from the lie and reestablished in your own truth of who you are and your relationship to us. Know that we are always with you, and we will always be with you, even when you are asleep. Thank you. And I want to wish everybody a wonderful, a joyful day. I want to say much, much love. And again, if you want to support my work, if you don't want to do it here, please, you can become one of my Patreons and support it there. Also, we were given a set of dates for the new mediumship course. There's going to be a 101, a 102, and a 103 series that will start in September the 5th. And that's all we've been given right now. The information's on my website, williammichaelforbes.com. I want to say thank you so much, everybody. And have a wonderful, a joyful day, and live in love, live in peace. Be that which